Hey guys, it's me, Rich. We are all watching something Democrats are terrified that you will someday fully understand. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. In just 12 months back in office, Donald Trump has done more to restore America to its former greatness than Democrats managed in years of failure. And he did it after the absolutely disastrous, fraudulent Biden years. And now the Democrats are telling you exactly what they plan to do about it if they win the midterms. They're not planning to debate Trump. They're not planning to work with him to make American lives better. No, they are planning to impeach him. And it will happen if we lose the midterms. Let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back to RPW Media, where we give you the straight facts that outweigh the daily onslaught of radical woke Marxist propaganda. Look, if you like our videos and haven't done so already, you should become a subscriber to the channel. You can hit the notification bell, smack that like button, because it helps us get our message out to a lot more people. Also, tomorrow night, Friday nights at 6 o'clock Eastern time, we do live streams. You should check us out. All right. You are watching something the media refuses to talk about, not because it's unimportant, because it proves them wrong. In just months back in office, Donald Trump has done more to restore America than Democrats did in 4 years of chaos. Borders are once again being enforced. We can already feel the difference. Come on, you know you can. We all voted for what ICE is doing right now. But because this administration has uncovered an unbelievable amount of fraud, waste, and abuse of our money and the justice system, they finally understand that their party is in the throes of extinction. And so the Democrats are now using what ICE is lawfully doing and twisting it to make it appear they are breaking laws, violating people's rights, and weaponizing government just to take the focus off of their fraud and criminality in a Hurricane Katrina-like flip the switch bag of tricks. Oh, look, a squirrel. And the media is helping them along the way. Just look at Don Lemon's reporting from inside that Baptist church in Minnesota on Sunday, this past Sunday, where a group of unhinged left-wing activists disrupted a worship service to stage a protest. They didn't care about breaking the law. Now, if you don't think that was staged by the powers that be on the left, that take the focus off themselves, then you're giving an incredible amount of credit to people who never earn it. Okay, more things we have seen with our own eyes since Trump was elected. We are seeing energy unleashed. Energy is the backbone of every economy. The Democrats destroyed our energy sector, and that's why they destroyed the country under Biden. We're seeing lawlessness being confronted. American workers put first again. But here's the part that they don't want you focusing on. Democrats are not planning to work with Trump. They're planning to stop him because a strong America is the antithesis to what they want to do. They are now saying the quiet part out loud. Impeachment is back on the table the moment they regain power, if they do. And that's all up to you and me. It's not for crimes, not for evidence, but for revenge. And when that happens, guys, trust me, it will. All the things we are witnessing through the hard work of Trump and his administration goes away. Any of the great things they are planning to add to the list of achievements in the near future goes away. Remember, these Democrats are the people who supported Joe Biden and his disastrous administration for 4 years. They looked you in the eye and told you that Joe Biden was just fine, that he was cognizant, and that he wasn't losing his mind. These are the same people who cheered the Obama administration for 8 years, even after it became clear that they spied on a political campaign and then turned the Department of Justice into a tool to go after Donald Trump and anyone who supported him. And that should tell you everything. All right. Let's start where Democrats did the most damage. They destroyed our southern border. You and I voted overwhelmingly, MAGA voted overwhelmingly about the border issue. They let in between 12 and 20 million people from third world countries. We don't know the actual numbers because they never kept track. That's how reckless they were. Under Trump's second term, illegal crossings collapsed. Catch and release ended, thrown out. Interior enforcement resumed. Criminal aliens were prioritized for removal. National Guard support was restored. For the first time in decades, America stopped advertising itself as an open target sucker for the world to take advantage of. The forgotten Men and women put Trump back in office, and the results are communities got safer, law enforcement got backing from an administration that believes in law and order, cartels stopped being treated like misunderstood victims of capitalism, and that is exactly why Democrats hate it. Guys, never forget that for the Democrats, chaos was the point. Everything you felt that was going wrong with America under their leadership was intentional. They put us all through hell intentionally. If they regain the House, border enforcement funding stops. If they regain power, sanctuary policies return, and they will fund them with your tax dollars. If they impeach Trump, the enforcement machine freezes overnight. This is not speculation on our part. We already lived through it once. Don't forget. Let's talk about the economy, because this is where the media really starts lying by omission. Trump locked in tax relief. The Democrats hope that you didn't notice how important that was for everyday Americans, for the forgotten men and women of this country. Not temporary relief, but permanent. He did that. Middle-class families keep more of what they earn. Seniors finally get relief. Workers who live on tips stop getting punished by Washington bureaucrats who have never waited a table in their lives. Energy production exploded again. Job-crushing regulations were slashed. American oil, gas, and power came back online. Inflation pressure eased. It's still going to come down. Wages stabilized. Small businesses finally got room to breathe. Guys, Democrats want all of this reversed. They don't like it when the great unwashed has power. They don't like it when politicians who are in charge allow ordinary Americans to do extraordinary things. They have said it openly. Higher taxes, green mandates, federal micromanagement of every facet of your life. Punishment economics dressed up as compassion. If you are sick and tired of finding out that billions upon billions of tax dollars have been going out to NGOs that supported globalist programs targeted to trash the United States, then don't let the Democrats win the midterms, because that's going to come back. Believe it. The Democrat fraud that we've heard about so far in Minnesota, California, and Washington state is just the tip of the iceberg. All of it will get worse if the Democrats win the midterms. Impeachment is the weapon. Control is really their goal. And this is where things get really uncomfortable for them. Trump has seen to it that the administrative state is losing power. This is absolutely what every MAGA voter voted for. Trump dismantled DEI bureaucracies that the Democrats flooded into every single department in the federal government. Normal thinking Americans can spot unfairness a mile away, and so can Democrats, which is why they did it. They want life rigged in their favor and not yours. Censorship partnerships were shut down. Free speech came back. Federal agencies were stripped of ideological enforcement authority. Free speech returned. Parents regained leverage over their children's schools, for goodness sake. They called Trump a fascist dictator. But you and I know that under Trump, government was forced back into its constitutional box. Democrats cannot defend these programs in public anymore. So they plan to restore them by force, impeach Trump, paralyze the administration, reinstall the unelected machine. That's in their playbook, guys. Now look at foreign policy. No more endless wars. No blank checks without accountability anymore. No globalist lectures while Americans struggle at home. Trump put American leverage back on the table. Peace through strength has returned. Energy independence has already weakened hostile regimes. We've seen it. We've witnessed it. Democrats call this reckless. Foreign adversaries call it effective. An impeachment would freeze diplomacy. It would stall all negotiations and weaken American credibility overnight. Just remember what a laughingstock this country was a little over a year ago under the Democrats in charge. Here's the truth that nobody in legacy media will say out loud. Every single accomplishment that you've heard is temporary unless Republicans hold the line in Congress. I really wished congressional Republicans would get out to their own districts and tell everyone all the good things that have already come to their constituents and are about to come this year because they support President Trump's initiatives for America First policies that have brought in over $10 trillion in investments. Those manufacturing plants are being built right now, guys. We're going to reap the rewards of that very soon. We would never get that under Democrats in charge. We never did in the past, and we never will in the future. This is important. Democrats have promised impeachment. They have promised investigations. They have promised obstruction. Not because Trump failed, because he succeeded for you and me, for us, the great unwashed. These are the things that they did during the first Trump administration, and they weaponized government against Trump during the Biden administration. And understand this, if nothing else. The Trump administration is bringing accountability to these criminals who weaponized the justice system against innocent Americans. And they are now trying to tell us that by bringing accountability to them for their crimes, that Trump is the one weaponizing the justice system. They're crazy. Don't let them get away with it. We have to keep the Congress Republican or we lose it all, guys. We lose it all. If they take the House, Trump spends the rest of his term defending himself instead of defending America and you and me. If they take the Senate, confirmations just completely stop. If they regain power, everything reverses and we go back to the dark days of Democrat control over your life. The border reopens, the energy shutdown returns, the bureaucracy reclaims control, the American worker gets shoved aside once again. Don't forget that they tried to force you to take experimental medicine. It doesn't get much worse than that, and they did it. This is not about personalities, guys. I can't stand a single rhino, but I would vote for them if it meant that we get to keep Trump in power so that he could do the things that we voted for him to do, which he is doing right now, and that will all stop. This is about momentum, guys. Trump is fixing what they broke. He is restoring what they erased from our lives. He is proving that America still works when America comes first, but he can't do it alone. Don't forget the tricks of the left and the never Trumpers on the right. MAGA they wasted so much time on the Epstein files, and we nearly became divided. The last thing we need is for half of the party to start trashing Trump over something stupid. So Americans will hear the complaints and the whining over the celebrations of the things that this administration is getting done. The upside is clear. If Republicans hold the midterms, these wins become permanent. The border stays secure. Energy stays affordable again. The bureaucracy keeps shrinking and America keeps winning. Guys, for once in your voting lives, you have the power to keep these great things coming. So don't get lax on it. All right. So tell me what you think about this in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
I got saved in the